afternoon, everybody. Ollamh here, and welcome to Let's Play Dark Parables, Curse of the Briar Rose. Now, this is one of those casual-type games. It's a hidden objects kind of mystery game, but it's an interesting series that I really enjoy because it kind of takes that... It takes the idea of, like, these fairy tales and says, well, they're real and they're mysteries, and you have to solve them. So yes, once upon a time, many years ago.
On the day the princess was born, the king held a great festival and invited all but one godmother, who was strong in sorcery yet wicked at heart.
Not true.
Upon hearing the news, the evil godmother placed a curse on the newborn child.
That's
Later
not the
in
original
life,
story.
The young princess came across a spindle in a dusty old room and pricked her finger. The inhabitants instantly fell under a sleeping spell, while briars burst from the ground and shrouded the castle. One day, a daring prince braved the thick vines and ventured into the castle. Upon finding the princess, he gave her a kiss, which was foretold
Because
to
that's
free the
normal.
princess from her curse.
You see a strange woman laying there, you
Kiss
kiss her, right?
removed the briars and awakened the inhabitants. The princess never rose from her eternal slumber. Many years have passed, and the truth behind the sleeping princess has been forgotten. What remains is the tale passed down through generations as the Sleeping Beauty.
Right. Now, 1,000 years later in Edinburgh, Scotland, there's us.
Detective, the case file you have in front of you may be connected to the tale of Briar Rose. I've given you a map to an abandoned castle rumored to be her resting place.
Right.
Recent evidence
Thanks.
shows vines are growing under the castle grounds. Your investigation will be to find the source of this anomaly and to quickly stop it from spreading further. This case is of the utmost urgency. If the vine growth is not contained, it will consume
Why
our city
couldn't you
within
put these in
7
order?
days. Good luck, detective.
So, all right. No, I don't need the tutorial, thank you. So, my problem with the way they worded the story is it wasn't that the godmother that wasn't invited was wicked. No, it was there were 13 godmothers, and 13 is an unlucky number, so... Hi, Crow. So, when they only invited 12 because having 13 would be bad luck, and that 13th godmother was pissed. Understandably so. So yes, we go in here, and like I said, it is kind of one of those hidden objects games, and I know a lot of apparently hidden object games are like... A lot of people look at hidden object games apparently as being like subpar games or not good games. It's like, no, they can be delightful games. They can be wonderful games. They can be beautiful games. They can be very deep. They can have very deep storytelling to them. Just like, it's kind of like, well, not all AAA games are great games. Ubisoft kind of showed us that one with some of their lackluster Assassin's Creed games. I mean, the music to it's very, can be very ominous. It's very good music. It's very, what am I even looking for here? But yeah, and like I said, they can be kind of irritating. They can be kind of cool. They can... Just because the style of the game or the type of game that it is doesn't mean that it's going to be good or bad. Of course, you actually have to be able to see what you're doing and actually be able to know what you're looking for. There we go. There's one. So we're looking for something like that. And I've always liked the hidden object type games. I used to Oh, I used to actually love going to the doctor's office because, you know, they'd have the highlights magazine, and those were so much freaking fun. I loved the hidden objects in the highlights magazines and stuff like that. Those were some of the best things that I remember from when I was a kid. I don't even know if they have highlights magazines anymore. I don't know if that's still a thing, if it's like all online now, like a lot of stuff is going to. Now, one of the tricky parts with some of these games is the ones that disregard size. I know it's got to be here somewhere where I'm like clicking on stuff that I've already clicked on before, I'm sure. Wait, is that it? No. Okay, fine. Where the hell is... Oh, see, it was... Sure, you say, hey, it's this, but we're only going to show you like a fraction of it. So, okay, so we've got a sturdy axe, which obviously we need to use on the things covering the... I told you I did not want... I told you I did not. I do not want the tutorial. And, of course, there's puzzles, too. So we have a small crown, which would go on that head. We have a sword, which would go in the knight's hand. That would go on the knight's body. The scepter would go in the king's hand. So now we're missing something for her body. Aha! And of course, it's hidden. So now we've got all that. Hey, great job. You're brilliant. And we got a door handle. The statue of the queen, something appears to be missing from her hand. Something missing from the king's hand. Okay, so we move on. We see sparkling lights. And there's another hidden object game. But this series in particular, I find interesting because, like I said, they take well-known fantasies and well-known stories and say, now, it might not be as simple as you thought, or it might not be as straightforward as you thought. And basically, they turn it into something drastically different, and in a lot of ways, a lot more interesting than your standard run-of-the-mill your standard run-of-the-mill type stuff. Like, you know, the story of Briar Rose being, well, not everything's as straightforward as you think, because, well, yeah, the prince found her, the prince kissed her, but everybody else woke up except for her. And it's like, wait, what? But that's not how the story goes. Well, the story's there, you know, the story's supposed to make kids happy. And in a lot of ways, no, it's supposed to teach kids lessons, not make them happy. I think it was Terry Pratchett said it in one of his novels. You know, sooner or later, if you go back far enough, all stories come down to blood. There is blood in just about all of the stories, just about every story. So I think this door handle, yeah, okay. But we only have a half of an emblem here. And you get little cutscenes like this too that are like, okay, well, hey.
Detective, do not be alarmed. I am Briar Rose, and I wish you no harm.
Aren't you supposed to be asleep?
And a great danger looms. but I can help you to stop it before all is consumed.
Great!
My body lies in repose in a castle room deep. To vanquish the curse, you must rouse me from sleep. However, an evil godmother is haunting this place. Be wary, or else she may foil your case. Follow me.
What, you couldn't find a word to rhyme me? Really? I mean, you spoke in frickin' rhyme the entire time, except for that? Are you... seriously?
You cannot stop me.
Okay. So... we're looking for what, a key? Yes, we are looking for a key. Okay. Key! So you look like a mouse. So Cheese Rabbit would eat the carrot, and the monkey goes for the banana. Okay, so not terribly trying puzzles so far. So now we have the bell tower key. Godmother of the Rose. Sparklies! Alright, so we need to find the moon emblem. And of course, as with a lot of, as with any game, things, it plays differently in some, some games play a little bit differently. Like this one, you can click on several things all at once. And while you're collecting one of them, the other, while you're collecting one of them, you can find the next one and stuff like that. I've seen some of them where you can't. It's like, no, you have to wait until this lands in your inventory before you can click on anything else. That's always a little annoying. So the moon emblem. Huzzah! There's something there, but it's too dirty to see through. So there's your moon emblem. And we are on to the next level. Okay, to the next stage at least. So the base of the... And like I said, they're not terribly trying games at times. Some of them can be pretty tricky, though. I have seen some that are just like... It's ridiculous how... it's kind of ridiculous the things that some of these types of games get up to. Because it's like find a polar bear in find a polar bear in this freezer chest full of ice type thing. And it's like, wait, what? How the hell am I supposed to do that? And I've seen some of them where they give you a single word, like plane. Find a plane. And there's not just one right answer. There's some, there's some of them where there's literally an airplane, a paper plane, and a wood plane. And all they tell you is find a plane. Well, they're all technically planes. Hi. It's one of those things where it's like, well, they're all planes, technically. So... Okay. So we're trying to do everything we can to all the arrows to point, well, I guess it's that direction, actually. Aha. No, open back up. You there. And then you there. And boom! The horse has reached the finish line. But yeah, like I said, it's like, so they're not all like super simple, just, oh, find a plane. They must mean an airplane. It's like, no, they could totally mean a wood plane. And those are the ones that get kind of tricky, because like I said, you don't know exactly what it's asking for. I mean, at least this one, it shows you basically what it is ultimately what it is you're looking for, which is nice. I like that. It keeps it from getting ridiculously difficult. And I've seen some where they give you those generic terms that oh, find a plane, and they do mean a specific type of plane. But they don't tell you what that specific type of plane is. So you could see, they could say, well, find a plane, and you find a wood plane. It's like, no, that's not what we're talking about. You find the airplane. It's like, no, that's not what I want. And finally, you wind up finding the paper plane. And it's like, yes, that's what you want. And those are kind of annoying. But like I said, I do like these games because they are just a little bit, they're kind of casual fun. And there's something that, we can just kind of chat about and around and stuff like that. That is all the time we have for today. So we're going to go ahead, and I think it auto-saves wherever you quit. So, as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you want to see some crazy
Cheerio!
you should meet me and my friends.
Our boss has caught on to our shenanigans, it looks like, and he has barricaded himself and current queen, Margaret, and one previous king that was unfortunately named Ye Gods He's Heavy the First.